Okay, so the first question looks like it's a bit of algebra, doesn't it? We've been asked to add k plus another k, another k, another k. So I will write the question down. K plus k plus k plus k means I must have 4 k's. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 k's, haven't I? Yeah. Alright. Whereas, if I had been asked to do 9 times by 9 times by, I can write that as 9 squared. That's not the same as 9 times by 2, that's 9 times by 9. And so 9 times by 9 times by 9 is 9 cubed, and 9 times by 9 times by 9 times by 9 is 9 to the power of 4. That's what they mean. So that's part B, 9 to the power of 4. Now they've asked us to write that number as powers of 3. So I know that 9 is the same as 3 times by 3. So I'm going to rewrite my 9's as 3 times by 3. And of course all these numbers are multiplied together, so they should be multiplied here too. And that means I've got 8 multiplications to do. So it's 3 to the power of 8. And that is the answer to part C, 3 to the power of 8. Now there's another way of doing that. I like this way better because it uses the indices laws. So 9 is the same as 3 squared. 3 squared is 9. So I've just rewritten the question, and of course the third law of indices says you just multiply the 2 and the 4. So 2 4 is 8. So I got to the answer much quicker, but you must do what's easiest for you. Okay? Now, 5 to the power of 17, that's too much to write down. It's going to go on forever. So 17, 5 times by 5 times by 5s. And then we have to multiply it by another 5 squared, which means 5 times by 5. So altogether, it looks to me like we've got 17 plus 2 5s. We've got to do 5 times by itself 19 times. So I know it says times, but if it's an index power, number, you just add them. And that's the reason. Right, this last part is the factorisation of 800, and there's actually a button for this on our calculator so you can check you've got the right answer at the end. So 8 is the same as 8 times by 100, isn't it? 8 100s. And 8 is the same as 2 times by 4. Now I've circled the 2 because it's a prime number. In fact, 2 is the first prime number, and it's also the only even prime number. So every time you get a prime number, circle it. I'm left with that 4, and 4 is 2 times by 2. So I've got everything circled now, so I can see I've got 2 times by itself 5 times, and I've got 5 times by itself twice, so it's 5 squared. Now I think that equals 800. So what I'm saying here is 2 times by 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 5 times by 5 equals 800. If you put in 800 into your calculator, okay, you type in 800, press equals, and then you're going to press the shift button, okay, and then look for the fact button. The fact, you see that word fact right at the bottom of the screen? And it actually does you can check your answer. It does say 2 to the power of 5 times by 5 squared. So that's the answer. Okay, so 800 is the same as 2 to the power of 5 times by 5 squared. Right, so I think we've answered all those questions. And it looks like this caught a lot of students out. So this might be worth one practicing for a while. Factor tree, I think you're almost inevitably going to get that question. You are going to get one of those, so make sure you practice. Okay, so let's have a little look at the mark scheme, and they're all B marks apart from the last 2. So I'm afraid you just have to get the right answer. And it looks like we did okay. Okay.